Hello, my lovely friends. Wow, well, it's been some time since we last had a chat, hasn't it? So I'm quite excited to see you all again. I have a new camera. Whee! I have a new mic. Woo! And guess what else is new? I have new hair. Real new hair. Those of you that know my channel will have been aware that I have scarring alopecia. I was diagnosed many years ago after a scalp biopsy and was told that my hair loss was due to scarring alopecia and that it would not get any better. In fact, it's incurable and it will probably get worse. There were two options. One was to have steroid injections into my scalp, which I declined. I know people will try them. It wasn't the way for me. I'm aware that they're very painful for some people, and I'm also aware that they have limited effectiveness, and the progression of this disease, unfortunately, can't be stopped. Most of the hair loss that I was experiencing at first was occurring around the top of my head. And as I say, biopsies told me, scarring alopecia, get used to it. The other way of medical intervention for scarring alopecia, by the way, is excision of the skin, which basically means once your hair is settled, if you have a large bald patch and they can close it, they can excise the bald skin and close it over so that it pulls the hair together. Again, my loss is kind of fingertip loss. It's diffuse and it's all over my head. So I accepted that and did my best to hide it. And then my hair started falling out at the front and the back to the point where I had just a small amount of hair running around the edge of my head like that. And at that point I decided that the path for me, the best thing for me, was to shave everything off and embrace wigs. And that's the way it was for my last video, and that is the way it was for several years. Until Christmas. I was shaving my head as I usually do in the bathroom, and I noticed that the area that I was shaving had gotten bigger, and that there seemed to be more hair at my temples and more hair at the back. Now, I found this incredibly surprising because I always thought that I had been diagnosed with scarring alopecia and it would never come back. I said, well, what have I got to lose? I'll just let it grow. So I let it grow. And before long, I had about 1 centimetre of pretty thin, bushy hair sticking up over most of my head. I decided, well, if it's coming back blonde. So I dyed the whole lot platinum blonde because I thought it would only last for a couple of months and then it would all fall out again. If I can, I'll put a picture in of it when it first came back. And it kept growing. And it kept getting thicker. So I decided to see what happened, and this is what happened. Now, the areas that they biopsied, as you can see, I still have bald patches. The most serious right on top of my head. So I honestly think that their diagnosis for LLP, scarring alopecia, was correct. But I think what had happened to me was that I had two types of alopecia. Alopecia areata at the same time as scarring alopecia. Alopecia areata at the front and the back, and scarring alopecia at the top. Now, whilst I am super delighted to have my hair again, I am super aware that scarring alopecia is a condition that will stay with me and the loss will continue. So this hair is an unexpected present but it's not one that I'm going to be able to keep long term. The reason I haven't been posting around that is that I was just so scared it would fall out again, and I was worried about what that would do to me emotionally if I'd recorded that journey, and I was also worried about what that would do to other people who were experiencing hair loss and had LLP, to see me experiencing regrowth and then losing hair. And there was also another reason I hadn't been uploading, is that I put quite a lot of weight on. I still have a fair bit of weight, and I was just feeling a bit shy about being on camera, especially with my hair being thin and short, and you know, and also being a little fatter than you might remember me. But you know, we all have self-image problems, and we need to embrace who we are as people and not worry so much about what we look like on the outside. Yeah, it's a kind of mixed bag, isn't it? I mean, I have hair, but I'll probably lose, if not all of it, then a good patch of it again. Here we are. Now, what I would really love is some help deciding what to do with this channel. So I have some ideas. I'd like to talk about how to address the beginning stages of hair loss, which is now what I have again, in terms of how do you thicken thinning hair, how do you wear toppers, how do you use dry shampoo to add volume, how do you use hair thickening powders, how do you use scalp powders, all of those kind of things I'm quite happy to talk about. I do still have wigs. I have a closet full of wigs, so there will be plenty of wig reviews still coming your way. I probably won't be doing the reviews on the skin wigs that are for people who are completely without hair, because there is no point for me having them at the moment. But I still have, I would say, about 5 to 10 wigs to review. Some of the other things I'd like to do for you guys is some beauty. I've already done a makeup video about alopecia, but I'd also like to do some makeup for women who have mature skin, who are over 40 like me. I was 47 in August, I'll be 48 next summer, so my skin is not the skin of a teenager. So I'd quite like to do some beauty on that. It'd be nice to have some discussions about the best eyebrow products for people with alopecia. And I'm also going to have a look at the best eyelash solutions for people with alopecia. I want to put it to you guys, who are my current supporters, as to what you want to see on this channel. And I will try my best to give you that. Yeah, the other thing I would want to say is 2 things happened to affect my regrowth. One of them was my job was quite emotionally stressful. About 18 months ago I started a new job, so I do think that probably has some bearing on the amount and time of my regrowth. I have been taking a good multivitamin for hair, skin and nails. The one I've been taking is not a cheap one, and I did a 3-month trial, and then I stopped for 3 months. Just to see if I could see a difference, and I can. I don't think it increases regrowth as much as probably strengthens the hair and nails that I have, and it does seem to really help with my skin, and I'll show you that so you know what I'm using. I'm using Halo vitamins from Halo Beauty, which, if any of you watch Tati's channel, it's her videos. That's in no way sponsored. She's got about 4 million viewers, so there's no way that you know she needs any help from me. I think I've found them helpful, and I have tested with and without them, so it might be worth a try. I've cut wheat from my diet. I probably eat about 1/8 of the amount of wheat I ate before. I still eat a small amount every now and then, because it's kind of hard to avoid, especially if you're you know, out and about eating socially. So that's good. On a personal level and an update, I think things have improved that way as well. So there's been decreased stress. My son has autism, as I think I may have mentioned before, and he has grown up from into a young man now, and is really handling his autism much better than he previously was, which means that the impact of his autism on us as a family has lessened. He has always been the most fantastic boy and a joy of, the joy of my life. The stress of that easing, combined with the easing of my work life, has probably had a really profoundly good effect on my system in general, and also on my immune system, which has probably helped with my regrowth. In terms of my life, I'm pretty happy and relaxed. That's probably why I'm also eating a bit more. But it's all good. So I'm excited to start my YouTube journey again with you, and I really want to know what you want to see and what you want to hear. Lovely to see you all again. Mwah! Bye for now, my lovely friends.